Hey, what's going on, y'all? Now, in today's video, I'd like to talk about a topic that's incredibly pertinent to our modern society, but to the Western world specifically. That topic is semen retention. Reclaim your masculinity. Revive your masculinity. In this modern world, our masculinity has been stolen from us and damaged. Men are no longer men. You see this in many ways, but the primary way is testosterone. I haven't looked at the statistic in a long time, but the amount that testosterone has dropped the normal level from like the 1980s to what the normal level is now, considered healthy by the FDA, has dropped significantly. And what was unhealthy back in that time has turned into healthy levels now. This is just one way our testosterone has been yanked from us. One way our masculinity has been stolen. Testosterone. There are various reasons for this drop of testosterone, but I believe the two primary ones are, in fact, I should say this, the one primary one is xenoestrogens. Now, xenoestrogens take many forms, but they tend to be chemicals. They're microplastics, little, the plastics that are in everything that we consume just about. And they're in soy. Soy is also a xenoestrogen. I mention this a lot, but soy and other xenoestrogens, they're all estrogen mimicking compounds. So don't fall under the belief, the misconception that soy turns into estrogen when it goes into your body. That's what a lot of people will try to use to disprove soy being an estrogen, being like estrogen. It's like, it doesn't turn into estrogen. You're right. It doesn't turn into estrogen. What happens is it acts just like estrogen when it's in your body. And obviously your body can process it out. But the thing is, soy is in absolutely everything. Just about every single food that you want to go consume at the store. Every bag of chips, every brand of bread, almost. It's like you have to specifically seek out brands and certain items that don't have it, and then eat that. But that's the main way that you can get away from soy. But the main problem is this drop in testosterone that we face as a society. Men are no longer men. Our media is showing us these weak, pussified guys. Like, these aren't men that they're displaying. These are chumps. These are meek men. And it's like, they're getting bossed around by chicks. And listen, it's not to say that you can't have some alpha chick, but when all the men in the movies that we're seeing, like, or even just the TV shows, I don't know if y'all have seen the Amazon, the new Lord of the Rings, whatever. I forget whatever it's called, man. But it's like when you see the Amazon version, literally every single guy is this meek little, yes, ma'am, how can I? It's pathetic, to be front. And this is what they would like us to be in this day and age. This is what this is what they think the modern man is. And in fact, the writers, they said, well, we just want the story to reflect our time. And damn, it kind of does, bro. Because most men are weak, meek, and pussified. So, we have to reclaim our masculinity. We have to revive it and heal our masculine essence because it's been damaged in this modern day and age. And what is the best way to do that? Semen retention. Now, I mentioned this in many a video, but I think I'll link the study here as well. Semen retention. Once you go 7 days of abstaining from semen retention, your testosterone will increase, I think it was like 50% or so. Isn't that crazy? Your testosterone will spike in a way it never has before. Why is this? Your testosterone and your balls, they go hand in hand. They're linked. And so, the more you produce in your balls, the more testosterone you produce. And whenever you preserve that, your testosterone in general just shoots up. And that just goes incrementally the longer you go. The longer you go on that retaining and that abstaining from releasing, from ejaculating, that's when you actually gain testosterone. That's when you start to bulk up and beef up your testosterone. And it's crazy because you got guys out here trying to reclaim their testosterone in unnatural ways. I know y'all heard about the Liver King. You know, dude just got exposed for taking 12 grand of steroids a month. You know, artificial testosterone, bruh. And the thing is, when you take testosterone from an artificial source, you're denying your body the ability to produce it naturally because it's going to start depending on it from that outside source. And so, in reality, he's actually jacking up his system and teaching his body not to make testosterone. It's crazy because we're looking for masculinity from all these other sources besides within ourselves, like we used to when we were just natural human beings. It's like, does a bull or a gorilla need to take steroids to get as bulked and as aggressive as they are? No, their bodies just do it for them. Why? Because they're not ejaculating. This is a weirdly human thing to do, to seek pleasure by oneself. You know what I mean? You should be seeking a mate. And bro, I'll tell you, like it's not, semen retention doesn't mean stop talking to girls. That's a big thing to talk about. If you meet a girl that's right for you and you're building a relationship, that's what I always say is switch from semen retention to no fap. Just don't fap. You should, I think giving seed to a woman that you love is a good thing to do to build and strengthen your relationship. It's a sacrifice, you know, it's a sacrifice you make to build that love and it's like I would only make that kind of sacrifice for the girl I love. But that's all to say that whenever you're talking to girls, whenever you're engaging with someone who is a potential mate, like I have been recently, I don't know, I'm sure y'all hear it in my voice, bruh. It's like the manliness, the masculinity, it just, woo, goes up 2,000%, man. It's crazy. Like, yeah, you'll start to feel it. You'll start to get it. And so it's like seeking a mate. That's the whole purpose behind this. Like, we're supposed to be reproductive entities. And whenever you get your body on that program, and not the I need to do this myself and just take care of myself and essentially fuck yourself, you start to heal your body. You start to heal your mind. Your brain starts to get with the correct program that we were born with, that we were meant to have naturally. Again, it's this weirdly modern human thing to just fucking dill yourself to try and feel good. It's funny, I think the Catholic Church back in its, the actual ancient times when it was, like actual good, or, not necessarily good Catholic Church, but it was, the church ruled and it was all up over Europe. That Catholic Church, they used to tell boys, like you're chasing the dragon, essentially. Like whenever you're trying to, or they had some kind of analogy for that. When you're jerking off, it's like the dragon on the mount. And it's like it steals away all your life force, It comes and raids and steals your life force and takes it all away. That's really what it is, bro. You know what I mean? It's this urge within us that is actually working against us whenever it's utilized in that incorrect manner. So, engage with semen retention to reclaim your masculinity, to revive your masculine essence. It's a very important thing to do in this modern age because most men have become pussified. Most men have become weak, meek, and tolerant of their condition. Fight back. Fight against that. Heal your masculine energy. It's like you're supposed to have a good, healthy balance of femininity and masculinity within. But nowadays, we've been skewed. Men as a whole almost have been skewed towards femininity. We're supposed to have that healthy balance. That goes for men and women. And so when you're out of balance, it only makes sense that men are not achieving as much as we should be. That society is going the horrible way that it is nowadays. It only makes sense because we ourselves as individuals are out of whack. We're out of balance. So society is going to reflect that. Society just as much is going to be out of balance. And we're seeing the consequences of weak men all over. So fight against that. Reclaim your masculinity and become your true self, the way that nature intended. Engage with semen retention. Retain. Build your testosterone. And step into your true self. The best version of yourself. All right. Take care, y'all. Peace.